Ever felt your passion dim because of online comments? Clara, a baker, faced this when one negative remark shattered her confidence. This story, The Sweetness Beyond Screens, reveals how she reclaimed her joy, silencing the noise, to save a true self-worth. Discover how to find your own sweetness, unbothered by digital critics. Watch to transform your online experience. Clara's kitchen was her sanctuary, filled with the warm sunlight and the sweet scents of honey and lavender. Here, surrounded by flour-dusted surfaces and the promise of delicious creations, she felt most at peace. Today, her masterpiece, a lavender honey cake, sat proudly on the counter, a testament to her passion. Baking was Clara's escape, her happy place where worries melted away like sugar in the oven. But sharing her creations online was a different recipe altogether, one filled with anxiety and second-guessing. The fear of criticism lurked in the shadows, threatening to spoil her confidence. With trembling hands, Clara picked up her phone, the same device that brought warmth through heartfelt messages and cold through the biting sting of anonymous voices. She snapped a photo of the cake, its soft lavender hue captured in perfect light. Clara tapped Post. Her heart danced between hope and dread. Almost immediately, comments began to roll in. "Beautiful," wrote one admirer. "Recipe, please," echoed another. The words were like sweet sprinkles on a cupcake, each one lifting Clara's spirits. But beneath the warmth of encouragement, a cold shadow crept. There it was, a single comment from a stranger. "Looks dry, and lavender is a weird flavour for a cake." The words, small and simple, hit Clara like a thunderclap. The joy she'd felt minutes earlier began to dissolve, replaced by a familiar weight pressing down on her chest. Anxiety curled around her like a thick fog, blurring her vision. She felt foolish, exposed, as though she had opened tiny cracks in her carefully built fortress and let the world see her imperfections. "They're right," her mind whispered harshly. "It's a stupid cake. I'm a terrible baker." That one comment seemed to drown out all the genuine praise, twisting Clara's effortless pride into a knot of self-doubt. Her fingers hovered over the screen, the urge to delete the post swelling with every beat of her anxious heart. Maybe it was better to erase it all, post an account, before more criticism could erode her confidence. Just as she was about to give in to the urge, her phone buzzed. It was a message from her neighbour. "Clara, that slice of cake you dropped off was the most delicious thing I've eaten all year. Thank you." Time seemed to pause. Clara stared at the message, then at her own hands, dusted faintly with flour, the same hands that had mixed, baked and created moments of joy. The anonymous comment shrank in importance, the biting words losing their power against the warmth of genuine gratitude. She realized then that she had been measuring her worth not by the happiness she'd baked into every slice, but by the fleeting and faceless opinions flooding a screen. Here was a real voice, a real person, touched by the sweetness she'd made. Taking a deep breath, Clara put down her phone, the screen's cold. Blue light no longer demanded her panic. She chose to leave the post up, to share her creation despite the fear, knowing her value came not from the harshness of strangers, but from the joy she tasted and gave. In the quiet sunlight of her kitchen, Clara smiled softly. The fear of criticism had not vanished, but it no longer held her in its grip. She was a baker, a creator, and above all, someone who deserved to savour the sweetness of life beyond the screens. Clara began experimenting with new recipes, unafraid of what others might think. She knew now that her joy came from the process, not the validation. She started a small baking club in her neighborhood, sharing her creations with friends and neighbors, their smiles and laughter filling her heart. Clara continued to post online, but now she did it for herself, sharing her passion with the world without seeking approval. Sometimes she still received negative comments, but they no longer had the power to dim her light. Clara understood that not everyone would appreciate her work, and that was okay. What mattered was the joy she found in creating. And so Clara continued to bake, to create, and to share her sweetness with the world, one delicious creation at a time. She learned that the true sweetness in life comes not from external validation, but from the joy we find within ourselves. And in her cozy kitchen, surrounded by the scent of lavender and honey, Clara smiled, knowing she had found her own recipe for happiness.